Hello, what is up? Oh my goodness, the light reflects off my blue light filtering glasses. I am Choi. I am not joined with Nate Rasa, and welcome to another episode of the OffStudio Series. So basically today I wanted to talk about what my experience is being an Enneagram Type 3. I am, as I just said, an Enneagram Type 3, and I am an SP Dom, which is actually the counter type for the Enneagram Type 3. So basically there are like 3 different instincts, which are self-preservation, sexual, and social. Those are the instinctual variants. And for every single Enneagram type, there's one what did I just say? For every Enneagram type, there's one instinctual variant that is basically not what you'd expect from the Enneagram type, like kind of like the least common, or goes against like the core fears of the Enneagram type. So for me, the way that this manifests is essentially like 3s, to sum it up very, very quickly and in like a few words, we basically overly identify with our achievements. Everything that we do or accomplish is what gives us identity. It's what we're proud of. It also comes across as like we make a bunch of masks to be exactly what other people need at that moment. Like we wear masks for every single social situation, like social chameleons, to the point where 3s don't know who they are outside of their accomplishments or outside of their achievements or outside of how other people view them. It can also be like 3s. Okay, so 3s basically, we think that we are fundamentally unlovable just for being ourselves. We think that we need to be all these accomplishments or all these achievements or whatever for people to love us, and we don't know who we are outside of that, and we don't think we're lovable without all that, right? So that's like basically like the gist of being a 3. And I think that like something that's interesting is that 3 is so basically 3s, we experience shame, right? So we experience shame for who we are as people, like, you know, like who we are. That's why we compensate. We overcompensate by like achieving a lot of things, you know, like the try-hards. Like a lot of 3s are try-hards, me included. But I think that it's interesting being an SP Dom 3, self-preservation Dom 3, because the self-preservation 3 is actually like a counter shame 3. So the other 2, it's like a way that I see a lot of social 3s is the way that 3s are usually described as in just blogs without instinctual variants taken into account. So it's essentially like the ones who are really outgoing, the ones who really care about hierarchy. They usually are on top. They are the type to be like, hey, look at all my accomplishments, because they did a lot of stuff. It makes sense. Like they're like, look at all my stuff, and like in casual conversation they might just slip in, by the way, I was valedictorian of my high school, you know, like that kind of stuff. For me as a SP3, this is projection obviously, but that really bothers me, like when I see social 3s do that, because for me, the way that I show off my accomplishments, because I do the exact same thing, of course I show off my accomplishments, but the way that I do it is as a counter shame. Basically, I am running away from vanity. I'm trying to run away from being self-indulgent, even though I am very confident in myself. I don't want, okay, so it's like basically I am very confident in myself. I'm very proud of the things that I've done, but I don't want other people to know that, basically. So like, for example, like if for me, when I accomplish something, I'm not going to tell someone, hey, look at all the things I've done. I'm going to be more like low-key about it. Be like, oh yeah, like I'll slip it into the conversation somewhere, just like, you know, yeah, like, yeah, someone's like, oh, what were you doing last week? I was like, oh, you know, like, when I was making my YouTube videos, they're like, you know, like, I was studying, you know, and they're like, how'd you do on the test? I'm like, you know, I got a 97, you know, like, I'm the type to kind of be, like, annoying like that, compared to, like, maybe social 3s might just be like, that test was, like, so easy, or, like, so hard, you know, I got, like, a 95, you know. Obviously, like, this is generalization and stereotypes and whatever, but feel free to leave a comment if you disagree. I probably could explain it a lot better, but that's where I'm at. And there's like the sexual 3. So sexual 3s basically come across as a lot of they want the person that they are connecting with, like maybe it might be a significant other, it might not, it might be like an interest, a romantic interest, it might be a friendship, any relationships. They want that person to see them as attractive and look up to them, which I understand too. As a 3, I want people to look up to me and be inspired by me. Like that's like a big part of it. So I think for sexual 3s though, it's a lot more of like a one-on-one thing. Like they just like, they don't need everyone to admire them, and they want the person that they latch onto, maybe it's not a good way to say it, but the person that they are connecting with, they want that person to succeed. So like for a sexual 3, their personal success is not necessarily the most important thing, as it might be for a social 3 or a self-preservation 3, me. But sexual 3s, it's very other focused, I'd say. They want the person they're with to like accomplish things and achieve things, but also like it comes with the clout because you are also associated with them, right? So if your friends are succeeding, then like so are you. So yeah, that was just kind of what I wanted to go into, just a little bite-sized piece of what it's like to be an SP3. If you guys are interested on the topic, I can make more videos on it. I don't know, I could talk about it. I mean, you guys can leave questions, I can answer them in the comments or whatever, or send you a link that will explain it a lot better than I did. But yeah, I have a couple of videos also on my personal channel. Shameless plug. But also, yeah, I mean, yeah, just feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions and we can talk about it. Yeah, so thank you for joining me on this episode, and I will see you next time. That was a really weird hand movement. I will see you next time. Goodbye.